Well, hello everybody, and I am finally doing my estate sale haul. I know I've been talking about it for 3 weeks, and here it is. So, and I'm going to be very sorry because I'm going to be turning and moving because my stuff is everywhere, and it's going to be like a field trip day because I got some stuff here, I got some stuff in the kitchen, I got some stuff outside. So let's get going, and the first little things I'm going to show you are, and if you guys have morning coffee with me, you've seen some of these, but one of the auction items was a cart. Excuse me, I'm gonna reach for my little thing because I want to let you know what I paid for everything. So it was a cart, and we're gonna go outside and see that because I set it up outside because I don't have any room in my house for it, and it was just packed to the max with lots of trinkets and keepsake stuff and whatever. And I kept a few things off the cart, and then the rest of it I donated to a thrift / vintage store. So I don't know if anybody, I hope this is all in frame or whatever that you can see it. So you're like, what is that? And it came with a little jewel on the top of it, and it fell off from the time I got it home until we were doing this right now. So I'm gonna look around my house and see where it was. Otherwise I'll replace it. It's in kind of tattered shape. My mom used to have just the bottom section, but what it is it's a little powder box. So you'd have your little powder puff, little bit of powder, little powder puff in there, and then when you put the lid on it, it would quit. So it's kind of rough shape, but it just reminded me of my mom. I don't know if I'll use it or not, or if I will donate to another place, but I cannot place the song, so I'm going to let you hear it. See if you can place it. Can't place that song, and I don't know if maybe it's broken and I can't place it, or if it's just an old song that I don't know. So I got that, and these little powder boxes, and if you go on to eBay or Etsy, they sell it, depending on their shape, anywhere from $10 up to, if there's a beautiful one that's in lovely shape, up to $50. And then I got this lovely little box, and it's just a little keepsake jewelry box with a little old-time, I think Victorian or Edwardian little picture on it. Very nice shape. Just to keep your little trinkets and whatnot in there. And then this one came stamped with Stratton. That was the maker of it. And these, I'm just going off eBay, Etsy / prices, and these sell for about $25 on average for one that's in this good of shape. And I'm not getting the stuff to resell it to make profit out of it, but I just thought you might be interested in to know what some of these finds would go for if you're buying them online. And then I got this, I'm not sure, and I think these are called bards or braids, I'm not sure, but it was a little vintage tin box, and it was full of these little fasteners, and I remember seeing these, and I cannot remember for the life of me. They come apart, what they're for, but it was a whole little box of odds and ends of little fasteners and whatnot. And I didn't price this. I mean, I couldn't find the price for this because I don't know what those are, for one. Sometime I will find time, I will look it up. And it just came, and that must be the little tin that they came in. So I'm not quite sure what that would have gone for. I got that. I just thought that was really cute, so I kept that. And a few of these things you guys have already seen, but I live in Ellsworth, Wisconsin, but grew up in Elmwood, which is by a little town called Spring Valley, which has a little earthen dam, and they're known for having crystal caves, little caves that are right outside of the town. And then this is just like a little vintage souvenir toothpick holder. And these little trinkets or keepsakes online go for, if somebody wants it specifically, but they're usually about $10 or $15. Really nice shape, and I'll keep that on my dresser and keep little lipsticks or perfumes or something in it. And then also, if you had breakfast, I got this little toothpick holder. Isn't she cute? And I got that, and I just put my little perfumes in her. And the same, these usually go for 10 or 15 if they're in nice shape. And one last little thing I got. Like I said, I'm so sorry that I'm going to be in and out and here and there, but that's just the way it is. This little lipstick holder. And it's the same type of price range for something like this. Just a little vintage, and you have to have very small, this is a little Besame one, so that they'll even fit in there. So that was a cute little thing. So I got all of those items and the cart that I'm going to take you outside to see, and all that stuff came for the cart, and all the little knickknacks and the little knickknacks that I kept there, of course. Let me take a look here. I think it came to like 35 to 38. I have the wrong papers in here. But when we go out in the kitchen, I'll tell you for sure, but that's about what they went for. So that was one little grouping. It was the cart and all those little knick-knack doodads, and those are little things that I kept. Everything else got donated. And then another little grouping, it was a grouping of hats, wigs, a cowboy hat, which unfortunately got discarded by my husband accidentally, and let me see, and a little wig holder, and I kept her. I don't know if I'm gonna keep her. One of the family members must have painted her up because it was an estate sale, so these were all household items. And then I'm also going to link, I'm going to put the postings as they showed on the online estate auction site, so you can see how these postings are, you know, with the primary picture and then the other pictures, so you get a whole gist of what all this online auctioning is all about. And then you can see how, okay, this is what you're looking at. And they usually will have an open house once or twice before the online auction closes, so you can run out there and take a look at what you're looking at online more detailed and pick it up and have it in your hand and see what it is. So this next little grouping was that little mannequin head thing for wigs, and a cowboy hat, and then these hats, and then everything else in that grouping had to go because it was either wrecked, ruined, there's something wrong with it, it wasn't fixable, and it wasn't to the point where it was nice enough that you could even donate it to anything. But I got some humdinger hats, and this little grouping came to $8, and that's total with the not shipping and handling cost, of course, but taxes and another little fee that they stick on. So I got this little, it's like a little church hat. Isn't that cute? And I'll show you the side. It hooks onto your head, and it's got a little vintage stone on it. And there's a couple little stains on it that I've been trying to get out, and I haven't been able to yet. Put that like that, isn't that cute? And if I cannot get them out, it's got this little raffia trim on it that's all really nice shape. I will cover it up with a acrylic paint. I will try to match an acrylic paint to kind of cover that up if I can, because it's a lovely little hat, and if it wasn't for those two little spots, it'd be wearable, and it's still gonna be, I'll fix it. And then this cute little hat, and a lot of them still have the labels in it. I don't think that one did. Let me take a look before I get ahead of myself. No, that one didn't. They'll have the old vintage labels in it, and this is in such beautiful shape. And the netting was kind of tattered, but I just kind of tacked it back around, and I will probably get my steamer out to steam out the little flower there. And then somebody, it must have ripped or something, and it kind of tied it kind of weird in the back, and I'll kind of fix this. But this must have been another nice little hat of hers. I just love that. And it's kind of sweet that I know the lady who wore these things. And you know, and she was a neighbor, so that was kind of nice. And then I got this cute little, this might go by the way of my cousin Christy, because she has, I think she's up to 5 fur coats now. And I'm not a big fur coat gal. But this little, and it still's got her little, and I won't show you her name tag, but her little name tag is sewed in here too. That's kind of cute. But this little teeny fur hat. Isn't that adorable? So that will get, I think, passed to my cousin. And then this little ditty here, I like it because it's nice and Christmassy. And this one says French Room, Dayton's and Company, Minneapolis. And Dayton's is a local place that's been around, and it was made in France for years and years. Are there any Dayton stores left open? I'm not even sure anymore. I think there may be. I think Dayton's is still around. Donaldson's, I think, is no longer. Anyway, I'll show you the hat. So it's a cute little hat, and it's just a little hat that sits on the back of the, I like the kinds that sit on the crown of your head, because they sit there, they stay in place, you don't have to have stuff to hold it there. So I got that, and then this was dirty and had some ishy netting on it that was all in bad shape, so I cleaned it up, took the netting off, kind of brushed it up, and then you have to be careful with these old velvets like this, because it's on a felt. If you use a regular lint brush, it might rip some of your and that happened years ago when I started doing this, ripped the velvet off. It made me sad. If you have one of those lint rollers that isn't a sticky tape lint roller and it's just kind of, it feels like a gel, takes the lint off and then you can wash it off, a reusable lint roller, those are okay. Or if you use a very, a Scotch tape that isn't very tacky at all, then you can roll that all up and clean it all up, and that does very well. And then, look at this one, this little pill box, isn't that cute? So, those are all the little hats that I got. So how many hats? Let's count them. I got the little head thing, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hats that were keepable. And you know, the total for all of that came to like $8 and change. So that was a really super deal. So that's all the stuff that I got off the cart, which I'm going to show you. And we're going to go and take a look at that right now. So let's go on a little field trip. Okay, so we're outside, and I'll show you the other things because they're too big. I don't have anywhere in my house to set them up. So I said, honey, can you please put them outside so I can show everybody? So here we go. And here is the vintage table and chairs that I got. And the lighting's kind of shadowy, so sorry about that. But the old mid-century, and yep, you know, I didn't look at it really close and I got it, but it had some tears and rips here along the edge. But the chairs are in really good shape. Like I said, I'm trying to do it so there's not shadows on everything for you. But here is the chair, and those are in really good shape. There hasn't been any repairs or anything on those, so I was really happy about that. So it came with 4 chairs and table, and I did overspend for that for sure, because the whole table and chair set came to $38. And I should have topped out, you know, sometimes you get bid and fever, and I should have topped out for this at maybe $25. Because, you know, it's kind of in rough shape here and there and stuff, but oh well, it's got a story behind it. It was the neighbors. It will work fine in my camper. So that table and chair set was $38. Like I said, overpaid. Should have only gone to $20, $25 tops on that, but you get the bid and fever. And then here is that cart I was talking to you about, and that was just packed to the max with knickknacks and stuff that I already showed you inside, but it's in really good shape. I was really happy about this. It's really nice shape, and I'll use this for a little bar cart in our new camper and vintage it out. I'll put my vintage cocktailware on that. What's really cool about this, not that I'll use it for this, but this top section right here comes off, and sorry about all the shadows, guys, and is a serving tray, so you can take that off. And it is nice because this matches my little table and chairs over there. So I'm happy with that. So $38 for the cart and all the little goodies that I got on there. Very good deal. And like I said, it's okay. I mean, sometimes you overspend it. It wasn't like a horrendous amount anyway, you know. So you overspent $10 or $15. You can live with that. So now back inside we're going to go, and then I'm going to show you some of the housewares and whatnot that I got too. Okay, now I come to you via my kitchen, and it's not super neat in here, but that's alright. We're here to look at stuff, and I'm going to go through all the houseware stuff that I got now. So here we roll. Alright, so when you see the pictures of what I had to purchase to get this stuff, you're going to be like, lordy lordy. But, you know, my camper, my little 71, is done in kind of oranges and avocado and cans and whatnot. So they had these 2 vintage, and they're really nice shape. This one's a little bit yellowed, as you can see, compared to that one, but really clean. There's no big stains on it. I cleaned them all up. Had to do a little scrubbing on them, take some tape and whatnot off. But I got these 2 jugs and this lovely, and like I said, sorry about the lighting, electric fry pan, which didn't need a lot because she had like 4 electric fry pans, so this must have been a newer, older one from the 70s. And this is submersible, which is really crazy that you can submerge that frying pan. Not the electrical cord, of course, but you can submerge the whole fry pan. So I got the fry pan and the jugs, and a whole bunch of other stuff, some HDMI cable and some other stuff that will be useful, but not vintagey stuff, for $3 and change. I got all of that, the cables and stuff, and the fryer, the electric fry pan, I'm sorry, and the 2 jugs for $3. Just needed some cleaning. These are going to my vintage camper right here, and this electric fry pan is going to go to my other camper up north. So that was another lot that I bought for $3 and change. And then the big lot that was the lot of stuff that was the most going through cleaning up was the cupboard lot, and it was drawer, 3 cupboards in total that you had to go through. So what came in that was this beautiful, and it works. I cleaned it out, and she works, not my grandma's cookie jar in the back, but this little vintage percolator, which I just love. Isn't that pretty? You can just see that she had that probably over for the ladies when they came over. So I got the percolator, which I just needed some cleaning up. And then, and I'm sorry about the noise and the rattle paddle. And then I got this vintage mixer, which needed a whole bunch of cleaning. And when I got it, and I will not use this, I will just use it for display, but it does work. After I cleaned it out, blew all the flour out of it, cleaned everything. It was a project. The little base unit here is broken, so I did is, what I use, hot glue gun for everything, and I hot glue. This does move out because you can use it in either spot here, right? So I just took that out, glued it, and it works. Like I said, it will be just a showpiece. I just love aqua stuff. But I got that with this mixing bowl, with the vintage mixing bowls. I don't think the stainless steel one is vintage, but these 2 milk glass ones are vintage. And I got that. And that little clothes sprinkler was not in this lot. It was just something I picked up at Salvation Army for $3 or something. But it looks kind of cute all sitting over there in that little grouping. So I got the coffee pot, the mixer, the mixing bowls, as cute as a bug. And this looks like somebody had made it. It looks like it's probably from the 80s, like from a ceramics class or craft thing, because it looks like it was a decal thing that you make in class. And this little trivet, which is really pretty. Isn't that pretty? With all the leaves and stuff. So I just cleaned that up and oiled it up and got that. And then also from this lot, not over, everything over there, of course, but then I got all of these. First tray I got was, this is a little, you're like, that's a cute little tray though, isn't it? I'll show you the pattern close up here, if you can see that. Isn't that cute? And this little tray, it's Japanese, 1960, and on the back, and it will tell you, you know, right here, alcohol proof, made in Japan. And it's got, it was the lady's, must have had her name on there once, must have used her places. But this little, this was for serving drinks on, and it was alcohol, so in case your drink spilt on it. So that's probably from the 50s or 60s. And then these serving trays, same thing, probably from the, oh lordy, help me, from the 60s or 70s. So I got that whole set of serving trays, and they're all in beautiful condition. It looks like she didn't use them that much. The fronts are great, and then the back, you know, a little scuffing, but nothing too much. And then you usually can, I gotta go through prices. And then 2 old cake pans. And I got this because I kind of got a rooster thing going on up north. So I got that cake pan, and they're battered and they're backed up and stuff and scraped up, but they're still workable, and they've just been used, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be pristine and brand new. So I got this just for the fact of the rooster. It just has a little paint area off here, and I will get some metal paint and I will retouch that up. This is kind of for more show for company coming over. So the cake pans, the trays, this tray, the mixing bowl, the mixing, all of this type of stuff, and those percolators, when they're in that good a condition can go for $25 up. The mixing about the same. Mixing bowls are what I think, because people lose them. The mixing bowls for a set, you know, like this, and if you have this one all put together, you're looking at $40. And this little bowl probably would go for 10, and the little trivet would go the same. These trays usually go pretty reasonable for like usually $1 a piece. And the cake pans, that probably wouldn't go for anything. The one, because of the little decal, or it's not decal, I'm sorry, it's somebody hand painted that on there. This would probably go for $20. and that would be the total price of all that. So, and this is the lot when I bought these. When I had got these, it was all the stuff, and we ended up throwing a great big bag of aluminum pans, stuff that wasn't usable anymore. One big pile of the Ronco onion peeler and all that type of gadget stuff back from the 80s and 90s that they either got from TV or in a magazine or probably at a garage sale or their local Kmart or whatever. So got rid of a whole bunch of that stuff. It wasn't even usable, or pieces and parts were broke. And then I got another box of miscellaneous pots, pans, this, that, and the other thing that I'll donate to Salvation Army or a thrift store or something, because you know, it's perfectly good, there's nothing wrong with it. I just don't need it, I don't have room for it, nowhere to go, nobody wants it. And I repurposed it. I was like, reuse and repurpose if you can, right? So all of this stuff that I got here, because remember those three things right there came to $3 and change. So the coffee pot, the mixer, the bowl, all of this stuff right here. I'm gonna look at my little sheet here because I wouldn't have remembered it. Oh, and also in this group, and I forgot, I don't have them here, and I packed them away. I don't know what I did with them. Also came with some really cute rooster towels and a couple little things like that also that came with it. I'm looking, so while you keep talking, I'm trying to tell you the contents of the cupboard. Oh, also, Lordy, what did I do with that? I got a vintage bread box. And where did I stick that thing? I am so sorry. I think that is in my garage somewhere. I'll see if I can hunt that down and take a picture of it. So, because that came with it too, all came to $10. Isn't that crazy? I gotta find that bread box. I forgot that was in this lot. Oh Lord, so that all came to $10, which was a super good deal. I found the bread box. It was underneath something in the garage, covered up, so this hasn't been cleaned up. As you can see, this hasn't been cleaned up yet. But this will be nice. Hello, you can see me in the reflection. This will be nice to go in the camper, to keep bread in, to keep the critters out. See, there's the bread box. Just an old-time bread box. So we'll get that all cleaned up, and I will put that in my camper too. Yeah, it's kind of messy out here in the garage. Sorry about that. Okay, we're in the next stop, or next station. We're down in my basement down in, and I got a little bar area, and as you can see, we have a big old Budweiser side back there. My husband loves Budweiser. Been down to St. Louis a couple times and taken the Master Budweiser tour a couple times, and that's really interesting because that goes way back, and a lot of history with that. So anyway, we're down here because this is in the bar, and this is where this thing is going to go eventually. So I'll show you my very last item here that I got at the auction, and this was like a super good deal. Alright, and here it is, and it's not presented very well, but it's very heavy, and this is from my husband, of course, who's been working the bar business since the 70s. Said this is probably from the 70s, and this is an old vintage pool table light, and as you can tell from the wiring here, which I think we're going to get it, not I think, I know we're going to get it rewired, because look at that. And then put new chains on it and stuff. And sorry it's not displayed very well, but it's stained glass all the way around and leaded. And this is, it feels like glass, but it may be a thick acrylic, I'm not sure, or plastic of some sort. And this is a light that they used to hang above pool tables. And like I said, I'm sorry it's not very displayed very well, but it's sitting on my treadmill down in the basement, so that tells you how often I've been using my treadmill. Shh, don't tell anybody. So we got this pool table bar light. Get ready. Hang on to your hats. We got this for $10. Crazy. And then wherever they bought it, whoever bought it back in the day, it still had what they paid for it whenever I don't know when they had purchased it. But they paid $169 for it. I don't know if that was back in the 70s when they purchased it, or when they did, or if it was later that at an auction themselves. But we got it for $10, which is a steal of a deal. Oh, and so anywho, this is my bar area, and I kind of have it vintaged out down here a little bit too. Got my vintage barware. Look at this vintage Chicago ashtray. I just love that. Anywho, this is the little bar area, and I have this Budweiser sign hanging up back behind the bar on the wall, and my plan is to hang it, and then there's our little not knick-knack, but collectible stuff. My husband loves Budweiser, so he's got all his Budweiser stuff up there and some other things that we need to clear out back from the days that when we used to go to the Renaissance Festival. We don't need that stuff anymore. But we're gonna somehow hang it, since the bar is right there. Excuse all the other stuff. I didn't clean before we did this. We're gonna hang it up above, so that light will be on the back wall, and we'll have it hanging forward and above right there somewhere, so that's where that will go. Well, thank you everybody for joining me in this little, I guess it would be an estate slash online auction haul that I got, and it was really fun sharing all my little things that I've gotten with everybody. And it's so nice that that I found a home for some of the vintage things that were such awesome deals and were such lovely items, but I just didn't have a home for them. But they have found a home, and I just can't wait until I see when Karen has the vintage Formica table and the cute little vintage chairs all set up in her home. And then sometime we have morning coffee, or I'll put them on my Facebook page when I get a hold of those photos, because I'm sure it's going to be cute as could be. So thanks for sharing and let me show everybody all my stuff that I got, and it was really fun. And Lord, I'm gonna have to stay off of that online stuff. You get such great deals, don't you? That's what's so amazing. That's what gets you hooked on auctions. So everybody take care until we do this again. Bye.